there is something coming up that Michael does that, as you just said, he loves her and he wants to be with Jane, but he does something that could jeopardize that.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that, about learning about that twist, and what you was that just a moment of weakness? Do you think a moment of passion? Like where does and I'm gonna hold this
Yeah,
obviously,
okay,
but
cool. I think it's a moment of confusion. Like he's not sure what's gonna happen. He knows that Jane's kind of mentally moved on to Raphael, so in his mind he's just like, well, I gotta figure something out. You know what I
and
mean?
that's and
Yeah.
it's clearly not a good
No,
decision he
not at all.
makes.
Not at all. But not having sex for 2.5 years definitely adds up.
Okay,
So
so it's physical, completely just physical.
it's physical and confusion, and it's a lot of stuff.
But
Yeah.
it is with somebody who it's not like he went to a bar and had a one night stand and will never have to see the person again. So how
Mhm.
does that complicate things? Because is that then become a secret that he's keeping from?
Well, yeah, that's what's so great about the show is that it does complicate things hardcore, and you see it coming out. It complicates it a lot.
I mean, how could it not, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you feel like as the episodes go on, Michael's mind will change again? Because I mean, he said one thing about the baby, and then we learned how he really felt. Do you feel
Mhm.
like there's room for him to kind of grow and change with the situation, or is he pretty set on what he wants at this point?
Well, I mean, Michael totally just wants whatever. He just wants Jane. So if that comes with a baby, then that's cool. Um,
So
so
he's not necessarily gonna go back and say
no,
it's
he's.
too
I don't think
complicated or
no.
freak out or okay.
No, I think he wants Jane. Like that's all he wants.
Hmm.
So, um, yeah, he's a very loving guy. He's very, he waited two and a
Yeah,
half years.
right. I mean, clearly,
I mean,
that
right.
relationship is a real relationship.
Yeah, yeah. So he loves her, so he'd do anything for her.
Now, we get a lot of flashbacks of Jane. Will we ever get flashbacks for you? Just to kind of see, I mean, we got hints of, who you were before Jane in the voiceover.
Yes,
Do we ever get to see a little bit of that?
a little bit. Yeah, you get to see a little bit of
Before Jane, though.
before Jane.
Yeah.
Um, Not really. No,
Okay.
not yet.
Okay.
But
Have
they
you,
will.
Do you work, like, is that something that you work out for yourself as an actor? Like, this is who this guy was before
Yeah.
you met her, this is who he is
Well,
with
here's-
her, this is who his family is, that whole
Yeah.
backstory?
Because on the pilot, when I filmed the pilot, I didn't really know anything about Michael. All I knew is that he had a dark secret and that he was a detective and he loved Jane. That's literally all I got. So I was like, okay, I got to build this in my head.
Hmm.
And you learn more about Michael every episode, but I think I have a pretty concrete idea of who he is in my
Mhm.
mind. So, yeah, I mean, the rest is just going to come as surprises, but
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. We do get one flashback with him, I know, in an upcoming episode
Yeah.
where he meets Jane.
Yes.
What can you say about filming that scene? And obviously, like, you and Gina now have a certain dynamic, but that's a scene where these people don't know each other. So how different was that to kind of find that place where there is no history yet?
It was a lot of fun to play. It was the greatest way for them to meet, I think.
Yes.
It's the funniest way.
I mean, it works for this show.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, totally. So, yeah, it was fun playing the beginning moments. Yeah, that's always fun. It's always fun to play. But it wasn't too hard to do that though, because I don't know. I kind of envisioned how Michael would be. It was fun to play the first time you hit on somebody, because
Mhm.
that's what it was. It was like me kind of like hitting on her, and like we had this thing. It was all new and stuff. And
Right.
yeah. So I kind of had an idea how Michael would do that. So it was fun to
Nice.
bring to life.
Okay. In the coming episodes, is there one specific episode or scene or moment where you just say, like, this is a really big one for me, for Michael, and
Mhm.
I can't wait for fans to see this?
I'm really excited for people to see Chapter 10.
Okay.
That's gonna be next year though, after the
Yes.
break. Yeah.
It's the first one back.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, I mean, can you tease it a little bit in terms of?
Well, you find out some crazy stuff about the case.
Okay.
Like crazy stuff.
Okay.
No one would be able to guess this. It goes so intense. There's a lot of detective stuff in that, which I love playing because I love researching detectives, and I love, figuring out because interrogations is an art, these things. So, I love researching that kind of stuff.
Is the focus in those later episodes for Michael more the work because Jane is figuring stuff out?
Yeah, there's both though. There's also conflicts with, you know, Raphael and Jane, and but there is a lot of focus on the case too.
Mm-hmm.
But it still works with everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much.
Sweet.